Hello watcher and subscribers. Today we move toward the for loop. So here the for is also the looping statement. In the last tutorial you had gone through the while loop. So while and for, these two kinds of looping statements are available in the Python. So as you understood, the looping is used whenever you want to repeat some block of statement. So for doing repetition or for doing the looping, you have the two choice, while and for loop. Means according to your requirement and comfortness, you may go with the while or for loop. So now here actually the for loop is more useful whenever you want to run a sequence of elements, you can say. For example, here in the last tutorial, in the previous tutorial I taught you how you can print the list of values, okay, by using list, tuple, set, dictionary. So here by using the for loop, I am going to show you how you can print the values or how you can access the values from the list, tuple, dictionary, sets, like that. So here first I create list, and in that list I am going to add some values. Okay, these are my values. And now here for printing these values you can go with the for loop. So this is what the for loop. Now here I am taking one more variable I in. Now here I in L, that I am writing with the colon, and here there is a row of indentation. So for printing this value I am going to have print, and here you have to use the variable I. So it means that here whenever you have the for loop, it is taking everything in the one statement, means it is showing the value of I from L. And in the while loop actually we saw, we decide the condition, then we use increment counter, we use initialization. So that thing it is not required here, it is automatically taking whenever you are printing the list. So here we have the list of element and I want to print this, so you simply use this statement I in L, and then you have to use print. So here you don't need incrementation counter, it will automatically print. So let's check the output. So you see it is automatically printing 1 2 3. But what about the tuples and sets? So as you have learned tuple, in tuple we use the round bracket. So I just show you how you can execute the tuple also. So in the tuple also I am giving the same name so that I don't need to change code. Now you check the output, we are getting the same output. So same is the case for the tuple. And the third one is the set. Okay, so now here I am writing yes, and in the set we use curly brackets. If you attended all the tutorial you can understand. So that is what the set, in set we use curly bracket. So here I should write then s, because here we have written with the s. So now I am just running the code. So you see in the set there is output generating 1 2 and 3. So that is what set. And now here after this I am going to have dictionary, because you learn dictionary also. So I'm dictionary contain the key, along with that values are there, both are separated by colon. So here we have three keys and three values. So here also you have to take D. So when we go with that, it will show only the key values. You see there only key value, it is not showing that value. So what you have to do, here you just write D dot values, and once we do that then we check the output. Now you see it is showing the values in place of key, and suppose you write here in place of values items, then we will check the result. So you see it is showing now keys along with the values, so both the values are printing key and values. So in this way you can go with the dictionary. There you can go with the d dot values and d dot atoms. If you use it only as usual like list and tuple, it will show only the key values. So you have understood now how you can go with the for loop with the list, tuple, set and dictionary. Now here we go with one more example. Now I want to show the how you can print the string values. Suppose here I am writing my name. So here you write I in S. So now we check the result. So you see my name is coming character by character. Okay, yes. Then first it will show first value, then second, third, fourth, fifth. So in this way it will print. Or directly here also I can write. So here there is no need to write. And then we check it out. Again you will get the same result. Now the last one is I want to show you how you can get with the range. Suppose here I am using p equals to range of 10, and then here you have to use that variable of range p. So you see it is showing the value from 0 to 9. And now I am using it in other way. I in range of, so in place of 10 I want to print 1 to 5. So we will check how it will work out. So it will show the result from 1 to the 5. In place of 5 it will show one less value, that is 4, means 1 2 3 4. So in this way you can get the range values also. Means here you have learned all the possibilities, means how you can show the list, how you can show the tuple, sets, how you can go with the dictionary, how you can go with the range or string of value. So I have shown you the all the varieties. So whichever you want comfortable you can go with that, and you have to practice properly. And I hope you understood how you can use the for loop. The main use of for loop is it is used to print a sequence of values. So whenever you print sequence of values you refer the for loop in place of while. So I hope dear student you understood this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Thank you.